Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. This is the NgoVo Convo news Dumpy. We're bringing it back, Veronica. I can't believe it. We wanted to just bring back the news show, so the NgoVo Convo news Dumpy. And this is the place where I get an excuse to finally talk to Veronica about stuff that she's found out.
Yeah. I was like, Harrison, you better say the right words.
Better give the credits correctly. Yeah. But yeah, so we just kind of want to do like a almost week end wrap up or catch up. Not wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, basically, like, we're going to find a topic that we both want to, like, really dive into, talk about.
Yes.
And then, like, sprinkle in, like, any small other stuff.
Yeah. But main big thing for the week, and then just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Just because it gives us time to, like, because, you know, I see Veronica put all her, like, news stumpy, like, mini mic news stumpies on TikTok and shorts and everything. And I'm like, dang, that's cool.
He felt left out. He felt left out, you guys.
Anyway, so yeah.
Silence is loud.
So yeah, mainly just each week we're gonna just try to like bring up one big thing that we were like, oh, that's pretty cool, or it could just be a random topic. Who knows at this point? Instead of our typical video reviews of shows and all that, it's still gonna be entertainment and like comic book, like anime stuff related typically, and hence the sprinkle of small things that we see on the way.
Yes.
But Veronica, the big thing this week for us.
Yes.
The last trailer, the last final official trailer of Fantastic Four dropped.
Yep.
And I mainly just wanted to bring it up because I know there's other ones that came out and we could kind of give like a quick spiel, but I just want to give us time to like actually take the time to talk about if like our thoughts on this, on MCU direction, and like who knows at this point. Just for everyone to know, like it was released June 25th, which is also a month out from the release date, which is July 25th.
Yes.
So, which is technically
Kevin big braining it.
Yeah. Which is the beginning of Phase 6.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
See?
Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't even think about the phases anymore.
That's why I'm confused.
Right. I think you are right.
It's around this is the year that's around like Phase 6 because Thunderbolts. I can't remember if it was technically the end or it's this weird thing. I can fact check. I thought I fact checked this, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. But essentially, it is like that's the main thing I wanted to bring up is that you watched that trailer, right?
No, yeah, I did.
Yeah. This one was
what's really sad? Like, the phases, I think we were both scarred during COVID, so I was like, I'm not going to even think about these phases anymore.
That was
Phase 4. You brought up 6, and I was like, we're there.
We started Phase 4.
Yeah.
This entire, like, we started our podcast in general in Phase 4. So.
No, that's crazy. Can't believe we're in 4. Or 6. Yeah.
It's wild. But, so. We both watched it. We're not really doing a trailer reaction. It was just more like after watching it, it is kind of if you've watched this trailer, it is kind of the same from all the other trailers. They sprinkled in like a little a bit like,
more Galactus
like tease or kind of seeing it, and even like you got to see the baby, right?
Yeah, or her stomach.
Her pregnancy.
Pregnancy.
Sorry, I meant to say her pregnancy more.
Yeah.
Like you actually saw the progression of it.
Which, by the way, they hit a lot when they were like teasing
until
it
this.
Yeah.
Because I believe it will be Franklin Richards who is the child, so that's a lot. We're bringing like super cosmic level stuff here. So overall, like after seeing this trailer, how do you feel? And this is like not can you disregard Thunderbolts and like all this previous stuff, I guess, but this is essentially we're going into like it is feeling like next phase the more I talk about it.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah. Especially after you watch Thunderbolts. I feel like Thunderbolts is like the end / beginning of getting into like ending 5 and into 6 at some point. That's how I feel. Now that, like, if I truly want to think about it like that. Don't you feel like that?
Yes, okay. I did check it. Yes, Thunderbolts is the final movie of Phase 5. So this
5.
this does make sense. So yes.
Okay.
So Fantastic Four is leading into Phase 6.
I am
We
excited.
thought Phase 4 was a mess.
I know. I was like 5 really done messed up. But it's fine.
6. Yeah.
But 6. I am excited, but I think I'll say this time and time again. It's just like Marvel has let me down many times before. So I don't want to get like overhyped or like super excited about something, sit in this like basically 2-hour movie and then come out of it disappointed when we do the review. So I want to like keep the bar low. But I am excited because Pedro is in this movie.
And that's the other thing. It's always interesting to hear like it seems relatively divided. And maybe this is just more comments that I see in the comment section for like other, like, you know, the trailer, TikTok,
like the
and
trailer,
all that stuff. It does feel like everyone's kind of split on Pedro being like Mr. Fantastic.
How do you feel about that?
I think at this point it's fine. I know some people are like, "Oh, I want to bring back Ian, right?"
Yeah.
I forgot his last. I can never say his last.
I can't say his last name.
No, but people say it's all about. I think people want to keep because. So I think people try to hold on to the old stuff a bit, just a little bit, but that's not saying that they're wrong for feeling that way because Marvel MCU has been known to bring back, you know, previous characters.
Yeah, previous characters.
And it's always like oh, look, we brought him in.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I think it's fine. I would like to hold my like final thoughts until we see the movie and see how his acting is, how they portray him, how he portrays him, blah blah.
And all
blah.
the chemistry too.
Yeah,
all the chemistry has to work. Yeah.
Again, it's that whole people were like, oh, we could bring back like Chris Evans and all that, but which we did technically.
Yes, we did.
We did technically.
Technically,
he exists.
So. He does.
But I think it's fine overall. I think the cast is fine so far. I know some people had some gripes about certain people and all that, but it's just like I'm just gonna wait to see the movie. It is kind of refreshing because this does feel like not a solo. It feels like a solo movie.
Yeah, it does.
Not like a solo hero, but you know, like it's like focused on Fantastic Four specifically.
And it's not an origin story. Like they're off the bat, like people know them.
Yep.
Or it seems like in the trailer people know them as Fantastic Four.
They're established.
You know,
they're established.
Yeah, they're established.
So
I'm excited for this like 70s theme too. Like it's a different era and
it's like 60s, 70s. It'll be
60s,
fun. 70s, and then I think I'm also excited to just see like them bringing back the whole Silver Surfer and Galactus because it'll be interesting because it is a different Silver Surfer from my understanding.
Yes.
When I looked into it, I remember seeing I forget the names on all that, but again, I haven't really read this part of MCU or Marvel specifically, but I'm excited to finally see this again. And it's funny because Galactus is was it Galactus that was just a hand that would like, or something that would like
hand that just like kind of drops.
Yeah, drops and like sucks the planet.
Yeah.
Well, here we're actually seeing Galactus. So that'll be cool.
Which I knew he was like a freaking giant, but like the way they're like creating him, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. It'll be cool.
This is big.
It makes sense why he's the Eater of Worlds at this point, right? So it's gonna be. I'm excited for that. It's just like it's kind of refreshing because it's just old but new stuff. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and spoilers on Thunderbolts if you didn't see the end credit. It kind of just. I mean, it seems like they did not defeat him in their world is what I'm suspecting.
Yeah.
If they're coming here, you know. But who knows? I don't know how that's gonna all play out.
Yeah, we'll see. And it's going to be interesting because they're also introducing. I keep going back to it because you know how Sue is pregnant.
Yes.
And my question is, I could have sworn I needed that again. I watched the trailer.
I read somewhere and it said that they will use their son in like Secret Wars.
See, I believe that. I believe that. I can see that. I just don't remember if she actually gave birth or at some point, but because it looked like there were some time skips.
Yeah.
Relatively. In this trailer at least. So. But this is going to be interesting because at the end of the day, we all know where this is leading to. It's going to be Avengers Doomsday. So. Which, I am still kind of iffy on.
Do you... Now, okay, speaking of the Avengers, I know Kang, Dynasty, that whole thing.
What could have been.
What could have been, okay? What could have been? Does that make you nervous for, like, these upcoming 2 Avenger movies? Like Doomsday, Secret War?
Yes.
How it's gonna all, like, establish? Because we technically don't have, like, we don't have Thanos at this point.
And that's...
There is no Thanos right now. You know?
There's not.
No. Yeah.
And it'll be... Again, it's kind of weird because Doom is typically a Fantastic Four villain. So... But he is used... Yes. But he is... Yeah, because he came from... It's the whole, like, backstory of, like, he was the investor or something. I can't remember all of a sudden. But it's weird that... I'm just curious on if they connect that at some point or if there's going to be an Easter egg. Or I'm sure there's going to be an end credit scene.
With,
tying in and all that. Yeah. I'm sure there's speculation too. That's just my guess right now. Right. But
yeah, and I guess the audience who don't watch everything, they're like, what is Galactus? Like, what?
Yeah, and I mean, this would be... Again, this is why it's refreshing in the sense of it is a solo movie.
Yeah.
But, and it's not exactly like you said, it's not a, what's the word? Oh my God. They're established heroes, so it's more introducing like Galactus at this point, which I'm hesitant. I'm going to hold my breath and see how they do it because it could just be one of those, oh, look, Galactus is a thing. And then it's for this movie. Away. And then, yeah. But we'll see. Because to go back to your original question, am I worried about Avengers and all this stuff? Yeah, because at this point, it just feels we're standing on shaky ground still.
Yes.
Like, everything in between, phase 4 and 5 has just felt the most disjointed. Because of external factors, I'm sure. Because they were building up to Kang.
So unstable.
But as of right now, it is still, we don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah. And, I mean, they did delay the Avengers movies by a year. So
which is fine.
Out later.
I think that's fine. Delays to me is not the worst. It gives time for reshoots. It gives time to, possibly just redo what's needed. Because at this point, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. And I think I sent you, like, an article, like, a while back, like 2 months ago. And it said how Kevin wasn't able to, like, really say yes to every project in phase 4 and 5, which makes it feel disjointed.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I think now that he's kind of, like, taken the reins back a little bit. Mm-hmm. I mean, Deadpool was really good. Thunderbolts was really good. I will not talk about Captain America, Brave New World, but...
You watched it, not me.
Yes, I did watch it, not Harrison.
We were going to do a review, no joke, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Dude, 4 weeks in, and I was like, you know what? After the 4th week, I'm like, you're not going to watch this. We are doing this, which is fine. But, like, you know, Thunderbolts was really good.
It was good. I mean, again, it was good in that it felt like it was actually able to focus on them, even though they were...
Yes.
Characters from other movies, but it was done well.
And you know, Kevin learned his lesson. He needs to start putting in his notes.
You could say no to some things, my guy.
Yeah. Please.
Which he probably did. No, the thing is, actually, no. Back then he did, for sure.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel like it for the last
Like
forever. At this
4
point.
years? Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that runtime? It's 2 hours, 10 minutes.
I think it's fine. I think that's average at this
Yeah.
point, honestly.
Yeah. At least it's not 3.5 hours.
I was going to say at least it's not 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because at times I think when you watch a movie, 1 hour and 30 minutes is not enough for.
No.
Nowadays, I don't think it's enough.
Do you
So,
think
2 hours.
Marvel is like going back to their like 2 to 3 movies, one show?
Yeah.
And the runtime is under 3 hours. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna be like mysterious again.
Didn't we do this?
I think
did
we
talk
did
about it? I could have
talk
sworn
about
we
this,
talked
yeah.
about this at some point.
But I think it was
You told me.
offline.
Or maybe you.
It
Maybe.
was offline.
Okay, maybe. I thought you.
No, but yeah, I think they're going back to being like mysterious and like.
Which is fine. That's what made it fun.
Movies. Yeah.
That's what made it great, because it was enough to get enough time to get hyped, but not feel overwhelmed with whatever's coming out.
Exactly.
What you had to keep up with at this point, yes, but welcome to comic books. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm sorry. I stopped reading certain comics because it got overwhelming. Yes, I'm not saying it's obviously easy, but it's fine.
No, but I'm enjoying the mysterious of Marvel again. I think that's what made, Endgame and Infinity War so great.
Oh, you just combined the two. I was like, that.
Yeah. I was like, End War.
But this is again that I think that argument or that comparison really is that's a whole nother video or like discussion that people have had for years now. At this point, it's like I think it's time for us to just kind of see where it goes now, because we already know it's just not been going well, and you could tell by how we drop our videos how much we care. So, which I'm starting to care a little bit more. I'm gonna be real.
No, same.
Hence why we're even talking about this, right?
I mean, Ironheart is currently out as we're recording this, so it's like, I'll start watching again. But I mean, it's basically DCU versus MCU next month. That's the great part.
It is. Speaking of, when is Superman coming out?
2 weeks prior, so like
2 weeks prior.
July 11th.
But it's dropping the same day as something, right? No?
Jurassic Park comes out next week. There's a lot of movies coming out next month.
Yeah.
So it's called like Super something. Super Fantastic. I don't know. They were trying to do like Barbenheim.
Yeah, it's like Barbenheim. Yeah.
Which do that.
That one.
I was cackling when I sent that over. I was like, huh.
Man, this will be cool. This will be interesting. So we'll see.
It will be cool. We will do a review on it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, but on that note, for our first episode back, I'm gonna cut you off and make sure you don't add anything else.
Wow. Okay, fine.
No, I'm just kidding. No, did you have anything? Because I know we were talking about like possibly dropping like dates for stuff, but.
I mean, summer animes are coming out.
Yes.
There's a list of that out.
Yes.
Which I'm excited for. There's a lot of new ones that I want to look at.
They're starting next week, essentially, right?
Technically tomorrow.
Oh.
There's like one anime that's coming out tomorrow that I'm really interested in. It's called Lord of the Mysteries. I think I saw that title on Crunchyroll.
Wait, I think I have seen. Yeah, okay, I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen some thumbnails and stuff of it. Okay.
But before I start ranting, go check out the list. And let us know which ones you like.
Yeah.
Because Harrison's gonna cut me off.
That's what we agreed on.
Fine.
All right. We're gonna ease it in, and then we'll kind of figure it out as we go, because we're bringing the show back. Because I did not feel left out whatsoever. How dare you?
Yes, you did.
No. But thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on all our socials at NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, comment down below. Let us know how you feel about. If you feel like do you care at this point? Do you just kind of see it and you're like, it's just another MCU movie? because I wouldn't blame you either. I'm gonna be real.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and hit all those buttons from right to left. Right to left.
Correct.
Remember that. You'll see what I mean. Other than that, bye bye.
Bye.